afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be an alignment reading for the month of May for the air signs, for Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions. So I decided to do an alignment reading for May, and there may be more for May coming up, just because this month is so full of transformations for everybody. All the readings I've been doing for the channel and the personal readings I've had the privilege of doing have all pointed to so many transformations and people waking up and people realizing truth and being inspired in new ways. And so I thought, let's do some more readings. I want to do as many as I can for you. So, look at the tower. The tower has popped out to say hello. I'm going to shuffle things a little differently, but I just wanted to, some of the cards that come out when I shuffle before I picked the cards, are sometimes revealing of things as well. Yeah, this card has come up for everybody so far. Very interesting. Okay, now I'm going to shuffle things a little differently. I'm just going to shuffle and then I'm going to pick the 5 cards for the alignment spread. If you've seen these alignment readings before, you know the alignment spread is 5 cards and each card is in a position that gives us really clear information, okay? So I find that when I shuffle, sometimes I get more than 5 cards, so we're going to do it this way. All right, I'm going to cut and take this deck and take the 5 off the top. Okay, fire signs, ready? What needs to come into alignment? Okay, first thing, you get a 5. You got the 5 of Pentacles. So that really suggests a time already that says you're going through change, because the 5s are all about change. You are facing a very sort of big change in your sense of security, okay? There could be some perceived loss here on the security level, maybe job, maybe financial. I mean, with the way the world is right now, there are a lot of people going through transitions work-wise. So certainly, air sign, it doesn't look like you're exempt from that, like all of us, right? So you are shifting in terms of your sense of security. You're starting to sort of have this, there is the risk of you starting to see this as glass half empty. You could be looking at this as, a lack of faith. You could be having a response to this that is, worried, anxious, understandably, but it's not going to help here, right? We need to have a shift that says that this change has created space and opportunity for you to change something significant about where you're at, okay? Now, let's keep going here. What's the process that the air signs are on? So, Ace of Cups in reverse. So, aces are always very auspicious because they suggest a beginning of something new. So, I can see here that you're on the process of new emotions. So, again, makes sense, right? If your sense of security is shifting, and that's your truth right now, and that's the placement of what needs to be brought into balance. So, if your sense of security needs to be brought into a balance, that means on an emotional level, you need to feel this, but manage this in a way that is seeing it like a new beginning, okay? This is a new beginning. This shift is a new beginning. And the emotions right now need to be flipped over, right? Right now the cups are in reverse, which suggests that you're feeling challenged to have this transformation enter. You're feeling challenged to have this shift in your sense of security. Like I said, everyone is experiencing this right now, and we're all feeling challenged by it. So you're not alone, air signs, but it's hitting you in the sense of how you maybe provide for yourself. And so the anxiety level is high for you right now, air signs. But we need to understand that that's the process you're on. You're on the process of understanding yourself on an emotional pathway, okay? That's what's coming up for you. There's something here in terms of your feelings, your raw feelings, which is interesting because you're an air sign. You're more comfortable with logic and mental shifts. Changing your emotional state, looking at your emotional body is tricky for you. And it's interesting because the the fire signs have a lot of work to do with their air energy. So it's very interesting. Everyone is sort of being challenged to look at an aspect of themselves that's not their dominant one. Okay, so you're an air sign and you're being put down the process of understanding yourself through the emotional body, which is not your strong suit. You're an air sign. So, but that doesn't mean you don't have that aspect. We all have all the aspects, right? We're all possibilities. We're all the different elements of life. Now, the truth behind this emotional shift you're on that has shifted your sense of security here is you've got the Three of Wands, but in reverse. So the Three of Wands is like the initial completion of something. Now, so that tells me that something has been completed, but it's almost like you need to not see it as an ending where you're now a victim of change. No, you can take this Three of Wands and see it as an initiation on a path forward, not a path that is unknown and uncertain that will lead you to a place where you can't recover. No, we need to turn this around so that you're more in balance with the idea that this shift in your sense of security is a new beginning. Okay, this is a shift in your emotions, not in logic. You can logic this to death, but if in your heart you believe that, you're a victim or that you're not going to make it and you don't have faith in yourself, that's where you're going to find that you're not going to see this as initiating a new path. You're going to see it as, sort of ruin almost, instead of seeing this as sort of like a dynamic third dimensional initial phase of completion. You're going to see it as like an ending instead of just the first step into the new, right? It's all about how you're feeling right now, air signs. Now, Three of Cups. So the action you're being called to is Three of Cups, which is finding that community, finding the people on an emotional level, cups, that are with you. Okay, so it's very interesting. You've got you've got everything here except swords, which is what you're comfortable with, air sign. So your sense of security is shifted. You're feeling very emotional about it, but you don't know how to maintain control over those emotions. And as a result, you're sort of feeling like this is an ending and you're not seeing the cup as half full. You're seeing it as empty. And that it's not refillable, which it is. And so it's good that the cup is empty, because then you can fill it up with all this new stuff. And look at those three beautiful cups. And Three of Wands, Three of Cups. In other decks, you see the same ladies in the Three of Wands, right? Standing behind the individual, supporting them. So emotional support. So you are being guided to seek emotional support because your process and your action are emotional. Air sign, you are being sort of thrust into understanding yourself on the emotional pathway. Okay, and in the midst of this, your sense of security is shifting, and there is something that could come in here to be a brand new start, but it's almost like you're not going to see it as a door closing so that another one can open until you feel that. You need to feel this, okay? This isn't going to be a shift that you need to do mentally unless we get some guidance in here for the fifth card. If this card is in the swords, or if we're seeing something like the Emperor or Justice, if we see anything like that, we know it's a mental shift. Let's see what we get. Oh, swords, yeah. So you do need to do a mental shift as well. You need to make a choice. You need to take those blinders off. You're feeling challenged to choose here. This is a beautiful reading for you, air sign. Very clear messaging. Okay, I'm going to put the cards out in front here, the little men, so that we can look at this Do you guys know where these are from? These are from China. These are from the Terracotta Warrior Museum. I don't think I've ever shared that. There you go. You got a special little piece of information. Okay. Okay. The truth has come. There is a shift. You got a 5. This whole idea of doing these alignment readings is because this month is about big transformations, right? 5th month, 5th card, Pentacles, hitting you where it hurts. Air sign, it's your sense of security. It's your sense of who am I has shifted. Okay. Now, as we can see this shift, we can understand from these cards that the process that you're on is a new emotional sense of who you are. So you're being taken down the path of self-discovery through the emotional pathway. Now, the truth behind this shift in the physical, the shift in the sense of security, the truth behind that is that something has finished. There is a phase of something in your life has come to its natural sense of conclusion. It's the initial phase of completion, but you're not seeing it that way. You might not even be allowing it to finish. You might be trying to block it from finishing. And it needs to finish because you're on the path to something new. Now, the guidance you're being given for action to take is to seek out your soul tribe. Find these people that support you emotionally. You need emotional. See these 3 cups? They're ready to go. You need them to be filled up with all of this new stuff that's going to come in when you accept this shift of initial completion. Okay, now I can see that the final guidance for you in terms of like your words of encouragement and guidance here is make a choice. You've got to change your mental perception of this, right? You've got to see this. You've got to come out of the state of paralysis you're in. This 5 of Pentacles that you're currently sitting in, the way I'm looking at this, it looks like you see this as you're almost feeling victimed, that you're a victim of circumstance and you're not seeing it. Again, I said this in the last reading. It's like you're an eagle flying over a forest fire and you're just staring into the flames going, I can't land ever. There's nowhere for me to ever land. Look at what's below me. And I'm never going to be able to come out of this. Yes, just look ahead a bit. And, raise your chin and gaze ahead a bit and see that this is a process. This is a process, a very auspicious process. It's an ace, but it's in reverse because you're not seeing it that way. You're seeing it, you're just looking at you're gazing at the forest fire and seeing that there's no possible way for you to land. Where are you going to land in the midst of all this chaos that you've been thrust into because of your sense of security changing? But it's almost like you need to look ahead and see this is just a phase that you're in. It's just one phase. And once you find you've got 2 3s here, the 3s are all about like this sense of like, think 3-dimensionality, right? It's like when something goes from being 2D to 3D, suddenly it takes shape. Suddenly there's a sense of like, this is something. This is really something. And so you're just struggling to see it that way. And so you're being guided to find emotional support because it is an emotional process. So that could involve finding some like-minded friends that are really supportive of you, that want to guide you through this. Maybe even tuning into this reading has been helpful for you. I certainly hope so. And, your final guidance card is the 2 of Swords in reverse. So that says almost like, I'm going to say it gently because I don't shoot the messenger, but it's like wake up. It's a wake up card. It's like wake up, stop being in paralysis, look at this situation, take those blinders off and wake up. Just wake up to the fact that you're shifting, but it's for something to move you forward, right? It's not here to break you. It's here to wake you, right? Okay, so let's get some words of encouragement for our air signs that are feeling challenged by the shift in their sense of security right now. They're being taken down the emotional pathway to the self. Thank you. Oh, we got 2 cards for you. Into me, I see. Yes. Into you, you do see. There is something big shifting and you're being taken down the path of understanding it through the emotions. I know that's tricky for you, air sign. You can do it. I know you can do it. Look at that. You got the storyteller card as well. So this is going to be quite the tale. you're going to look back at this and really understand. See, there's a key hovering in the top corner there. You're really going to understand all of this, and you're going to guide others as a result when you're done. When you're done with all of this, you're really going to have connected with people, and you're going to share your story. You're going to find everything you need once you sort of stop resisting the 5 that you're on, the change, and once you make a new start on your evolution. Wow. I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, thank you so much, air signs. If this reading has resonated for you and you would like a personal reading, my email's in the description below. Okay, sending you lots of love and light through this month of transitions, and we'll see you again real soon for more readings. Okay, take care, everyone.